Hi Pisces, welcome in to your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of February 2023. I do want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but as we proceed, do keep in mind this is general for your month, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But I more than appreciate the love and support in the form of likes for this video. Comments down below tell me how this resonates for you individually, and as well subscriptions to the channel if you haven't joined this Piscean tribe already. But as you can see, I did pre-pull most of the cards we're going to use for your reading, including one small oracle, an overall tattoo tarot to speak upon and represent your month as a whole, and then 6 other tarot cards, as you can see, to give you a sense of how your month is meant to unravel, how you can expect for it to proceed for oneself. And then those 6 we will further clarify with the small everyday tarot to dive a bit deeper. But to begin, the small oracle you received, you got achievement. Win the award, accolade, or contract. I do feel as if this is a very, very successful month for you, full of a lot of achievements. Feeling like at times a bit of a busybody. And even when you don't feel quite wrapped up with your work or just spending money, investing even, or doing research, there's a sense of past efforts paying off. And so even it's a reminder that even when you don't put forth consistent or just constant effort towards what you wish to see successful or what you wish to acquire or see come to be, there's a sense of everything just kind of building up and naturally coming to be when it's meant to, how it's meant to, and you still becoming more successful and seeing things fall into place for oneself due to all of the efforts over time. All right. But I do feel like naturally with that wording there is a potential, some of which drawn to the reading are going to see oneself winning an award at work or due to your business being recognized. I'm getting an article for some being written online or in general. It could be more so a shout out on somebody's online page. I do feel as if there are certain levels of awarding taking place, right? People acknowledging you, praising you, and this feels quite it feels gratifying all the meanwhile. But if you're looking to or are looking to stepping into this month to gain a contract, whether it's through to benefit your business, it could be for your day-to-day job, it could be contract job, it could be more so a contract for, say, a lease or a mortgage, it could be more so in regards to a car. I sense there's just a bit of destiny and luck tied up into that contract for you, all right? So maybe a month where you end up gaining that contract or just, they're saying signing on the dotted line, all right? Or moving towards it all the meanwhile. But as you can see, we have the 4 of Wands for your overall tarot. So it's a month where things are naturally, again, falling into place, if I didn't say it already. And I do feel as if there's a sense of you blossoming through your work. Something you've been working on for a lot, drawn to the reading, is growing, it's blossoming, it's progressing for you in such a satisfying way. And again, it's just evidence of your hard work paying off. They're saying don't forget to check out your other placements within your chart for these money and career readings, because I do feel as if, even though this one's most likely going to resonate for you, given that you were drawn to it, right, or guided to it, I do feel as if there's 1, if not 2 other placements within your chart that will have some other significant reminders or messages. But I do feel as if there's a very bold but almost simplistic way about your energy throughout the month, where you're looking good and you're confident in regards to what you need to accomplish. And I feel like for some, even in regards to what you're meant to still need to acquire, there's a feeling that you're trusting in your ability to manifest, but also just trusting in your ability to get the job done. If you are finding oneself or choosing to interview or stepping into a meeting of importance, I feel as if Spirit's saying, you've got this. If it's meant for you, you'll be stepping into the opportunity in no time. But also, just because you can step into this meeting with ease doesn't mean this opportunity or this door that is being offered to open for you is the right opportunity for you. Spirit's saying, trust your intuition, feel out the energy for and allow for yourself to move forth or hold back trusting that intuition all the meanwhile, all right? Not everything that can come to be is meant to be. Moving on forward to the beginning of the month, we have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Right off the bat, this could be representing that new contract or new situation for oneself. It could be a new job, naturally, or a new business idea or expansion. But either way, I do feel as if the beginning of the month highlights the fact that your cup is overflowing with abundance. And this feels so good. So good. It's as if the clouds are clearing for oneself in certain ways. They're saying a gift from God for some is how it's being viewed, or a gift from the spiritual realm. I do feel like numbers are going up. Money is going to start to do even better as you shift through this month. A positive shift is what I'm getting. To further clarify, the Page of Pentacles, look at that. So again, this could be talking about that new investment and or new job. And it's this feeling that when you do end up for a lot acquiring what's meant for you, and this could have been sparked in the beginning or the middle or the end of January, and it's just being highlighted how abundant it's going to be or is for you at this point. But however it ends up working for you, it feels like it may just leave you wanting more or just realizing that you can do better in another area in your life, right? So it just feels as if one upgrade leads you to you desiring another upgrade or just an improvement in one, if not multiple ways. But I do feel like you are feeling almost as if you're beginning again, or just feeling as if with the abundance flowing in, you can again acquire more of which. And again, abundance isn't just money, but I do feel like you're very, very successful all the meanwhile, and people are noticing that. Even if it's not completely evident 24/7, people are noticing how successful you truly are meant to be and are at this point in the month. Again, a reminder, things are falling into place. Moving on forward, we have the Knight of Swords. So this speaks upon the middle of the first half of the month. This is a time where I feel as if there's swift, potentially a little bit feisty, but just determined movement. This could be you just wanting to charge towards what you deserve. I sense that there's a reminder in the middle of the first half to prepare strategically for what you're beginning or just having to get to on time, whether it's a meeting, your job, you name it. I do feel as if you may just need to prepare for certain levels of traffic or just delays when it comes to public transportation. But I do feel as if either way, or unexpected occurrences taking place, you are going to find that you just are where you need to be when you need to be there. And this just will help you, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't be strategic in regards to planning ahead in that sense. But there's also, again, still thoughts of your future when it comes to your career, your finances, and Spirit saying all the meanwhile, even though we're highlighting current change throughout the month up until this point, it just feels like you are thinking about what needs to be switched up next, right? How do I improve if I don't see my living situation switching up, right, or being replaced? How do I make certain adjustments, or what kind of adjustments need to be put into place to see it or have it come to be as a healthier situation for oneself? Or even in the work environment, how do I adjust my environment or adjust my approach if that's not within my control? Does that make sense? Because Spirit's saying it's not always about replacing something, but if it is, right? Either way. But look at that. A lot of you, it's about moving from what felt stressful or what is feeling stressful towards giving birth to something much healthier for oneself. And look at that. I feel like there's one, if not multiple, meetings of importance throughout the month. I feel as if some of you could be meeting new friends at work, whether it's somebody new to the company, it could be you just beginning a new job. I feel like you're easily bonding with people, and this is benefiting you all the meanwhile, giving you, they're saying, a step in the right direction, or just that go ahead, or just the ability to make some important networking connections. I'm hearing the inside scoop. But I feel like, once again, this tower moment that's being highlighted, whether it's future-based or just already coming to be or leaving you with the wheel turning in your favor. And I will tell you, one of the other cards here, if I remember correctly, is the wheel. So on more than one level, you're seeing throughout the month the wheel turning in your favor and you feeling as if flying towards what you deserve. If you look at that eagle, just feels right. It just feels right. You might even predict a future tower moment for oneself. Very interesting. Or somebody else might predict it for you. But I do feel as if there's a reminder, anybody, whether it's at work, at home, both, that makes you nervous or just a bit uncomfortable or makes you second guess the way you're approaching something or how you're doing what's at hand, steer clear of them. To move on to the last part of the first half of the month, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands. I do feel as if this is speaking upon your confidence, your ability to manifest your passion, and your innate ability to do something with ease, even though you're passionate about it. But I do feel as if there is a vibe about you where you're accomplishing efficiently and not rushing through it all. You might have the heavy Virgo in your chart, or Taurus, but I do feel as if all the meanwhile you were just moving at a comfortable pace and getting the job done quite efficiently. Or it might feel like you're just shifting towards a new beginning at a comfortable pace for oneself. Doesn't feel like the same kind of energy as the middle of the first half. You might have burnt oneself out a little bit, running around like a chicken without a head, or just getting things done in a quicker manner. But either way, however it works out for you, it feels like, wow, I didn't even put those straight. You're finding oneself feeling more grounded to make your way to wrap up the first half of the month. And this is going to benefit whatever you're producing, developing, accomplishing, and whoever you are bonding with, and just your overall well-being. All right. But to move on, but again, no shortage of passion given it is a Wands card. The Wheel of Fortune, see? The beginning of the second half of the month highlights the fact that, again, the wheel could be on another level for some of which onto the reading is shining and moving in your favor. You don't get the Four of Wands side by side with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups if it isn't a very successful shifting kind of month for you in your favor. And I feel like you're seeing something grow and prosper for oneself for a lot, and that feels great. I also feel like, as I'm drawn to this detail here, a book, there is knowledge intake, whether it's a new job, it could be a refresher for your current job or jobs, refreshing training, if you will. It could be more so in regards to doing research, but I feel like for a lot, there is certain knowledge being given to you by one, if not multiple other people. Keep an open ear. Keep in mind how you do something or just what you've learned over time, what you've gained skill-wise, but it's going to benefit you to intake this knowledge and put it to use how you see fit. Very interesting. And trust what you've already learned. The Six of Cups, because I do feel like through it all, you could be pushed to think back to the beginning of a business that you've been running, the beginning of a day-to-day job or multiple, or could push you to think back to past jobs and how those skill sets have come into play to benefit where you're at, what's at hand for you work-wise throughout this month. Or it could be more so you thinking back to, well, this is why that job came to an end. This is why that living situation did not work out for me, right? That switch up. And so Spirit's saying, therefore, let it remind you, everything comes to be and comes to an end when it's meant to. And again, it's still a vibe of you being where you need to when the time is right. And it may leave you connecting with the right person, succeeding, gaining a new opportunity for some, or just seeing oneself having a realization or a remembrance moment of importance. All right. But again, the wheel's turning in your favor, and this just feels so damn good. All right. The Four of Pentacles to move on forward to the middle of the second half of the month. And they're drawing me to the 10 here. All right. Tends to talk about completion, in that being a reminder that it's a must at times. So the middle of the second half of the month highlights the fact that you are thinking about your savings, potentially seeing a savings increase, but being strategic in regards to how much you're sharing, who you're updating. You may find yourself just keeping to oneself at this point in the month. Even if you do like who you work with or live with or both, I feel as if you're just, as this image shows, keeping your cards close to your chest with your money being on your mind. But I do feel as if there's a reminder to reground yourself feeling like there's no shortage of this being a busy month for you, even if you are moving at a comfortable pace at certain points. But the Eight of Pentacles, because I feel as if you're just hard at work, right? It may be this vibe for some drawn to the reading where the middle of the second half highlights the fact that you're very motivated as you produce and develop a lot of major arcana. And you are just staying focused on your work to the point where you're not overly or at all socializing with people or just getting wrapped up in they're saying the nitty gritty, but the work drama or gossip, and Spirit saying this is beneficial. But I do feel like you're going to be viewed as someone who's just in the zone, in your lane, and this is going to benefit you. But I do feel as if you intuitively feel you should kind of break away from that for a second to go for a quick stroll or just to catch your breath, come back in better energy, or to bond with one or a couple specific people, go for it. Always, always trust your intuition. And I feel like that reminder is coming through in more than one way, on more than one level throughout this month. Bear with me as I lose my voice. But I just feel like you're producing and developing quite amazingly. There's a sense of what you do get done at this point in the month, especially, so impressive. And I feel like you will impress oneself through the impressing of other people. They're showing somebody with their jaw dropping, and Spirit's saying, this is gonna, I just started smiling. This is gonna make you feel so good, and it's gonna be the sense of you, without even meaning to, patting oneself on the back, all right, praising oneself. But don't be surprised when people compliment you, praise you, and even though you're keeping to oneself or just focus on your work, people like your energy, all right? But I do feel as if we're going to shift on forward to the last card. This is the Chariot. The Chariot to talk about the last part of your month. So I do feel as if, again, no shortage of motivation, moving forth towards what you deserve, more money, more career success. And I feel as if you may just have a light bulb go off in your head at the end of the month in regards to what needs to take place, how to expand something efficiently, what needs to be acquired, or just I feel like you could even find oneself remembering the purpose of a situation for oneself. Interesting. But I also feel like throughout the month, you may want to write things down, given your memory may not be the best. You might just have so much going on that you forget what was important or what came to mind earlier on. Or if you were to rewind back, the Four of Wands again, beautiful. So if we look here closely, the fruits of your labor being highlighted with those grapes, but a lot of flowers talking about celebration, blossoming through your work, things growing and developing, proceeding for you in a beautiful way, and you just, in a sense, thriving through it all. It's like, see, look, I at times do find myself forcing it, but I check myself, I reground myself. But even when I don't, I choose to be true to me, and as a Pisces, and not force it. I get it done and I do it well, right? It's a sense of people, if they weren't throughout the month or earlier on in the month, trusting that you'll get the job done without being micromanaged, or just not trusting in your work in one way, shape, or form, or fully. They are at this point, or more so, in Spirit saying this is a step in the right direction. A sense of people gaining a level of trust for you, and this helping you produce and develop more efficiently, or just seeing things grow and develop and succeed more so for you. But I do feel like through this month, you're seeing oneself achieve, they're saying dramatically, not good wording. You're achieving in a very extravagant way where it doesn't feel overwhelming, at least for the most part. It's a month where you're being reminded, again, things are falling into place, as more than one level of the wheel churning in your favor comes to be quite evident for oneself. And you're seeing oneself moving towards more of what you deserve, as I feel the need to say your money takes true levels of improvement, or that comes to be. And I feel as if people are just impressed left and right as you impress yourself once again. Be proud of oneself. Finish off this month feeling still motivated, stepping into March, but don't overdo it, and just acknowledge, be grateful for everything that's becoming more and more successful for you, and everything you're acquiring at this time and moving forward. A very, very successful month. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your month, and I'll see you next time.